Right.
Every man doesn't have the same level of testosterone. But if he's born with those parts, is he any less of a man? So because if a woman is born with those parts and she produces a higher level of testosterone, does that make her any less of a woman?
Right.
I'm asking, what do you think?
No.
Because for the longest time, can she conceive a child? Does she have a period? That's all.
Yes. That's all that matters. Simple. Right.
I don't want to get into all of this and what she chose to identify as.
That's where you're. I'm kind of confused now. She's
not identifying as a woman. God gave her those parts.
So
she got
Imane,
that's the car case. You know, Ocho, you like cars, don't you?
Yes, sir.
You ever watch Meekum? You ever watch Barrett Jackson? They say this car has the original parts.
Right.
The original parts car is worth more.
Right.
This Khelif, those are her original parts. Nothing has been added. Nothing has been taken away.
So Imane Khelif is a woman then?
She's a woman.
Oh, okay. No problem. Because on Twitter, I've been seeing all the clips with the boxer, and they say the person that was in the ring was transgender and was a man.
They said the same thing about Caster Semenya because her body, I think she was born with an extra chromosome, which allows her body to produce more testosterone than the average female body will produce.
Okay.
But guess what, Ocho? She can still, the question that they always ask, and I know you've heard it, can she conceive a child, and does she have a period?
Okay.
Does that not make you female?
Right.
Does that not make you woman? I thought the ability to reproduce is what separated us. So now it doesn't. I'm just trying to figure out, because her body produces more testosterone, that does not make her any less of a woman if she has and I'm not trying to be graphic, but if she has female parts, she's a woman.
Yeah, most definitely.
And hold on, original female parts, not parts that have been added.
But
you can get sexual reassignment and become a different gender.
And they really do that, boy? Put the thing together put that thing together like Legos?
Yeah, cut and slip. Yeah.
Well, who the hell want to go through that?
Some people do. Some people feel that they are natural. They're trapped. They're a male trapped inside a female's body. They're a female trapped, and so they whatever. I ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
Listen, I want to make sure I'm clear. I want to make sure I'm looking down the barrel of this one.
Yes,
I don't care what you want to be. I don't care what you identify as. You can a laptop, a tree, a lamp, male, female. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not here to try to live your life. That's what you want to be. If you're not harming anyone, take off with it. But we're talking specifically about this case. It's reported that her body, the same as Caster Semenya. If you go look her up, she's a 2-time 800-meter champ. Her body, she's born, if I'm not mistaken, born with an additional XY chromosome. It's rare. It's extremely rare. I don't know if it's 1 in 10 million, 1 in 15 million, I don't know the probability or the likelihood of it happening, but it happens. And the question is that when they have these doctors and they're talking about these rights for the trans people and whatever, they ask very specific questions. And all the senators and all the representatives asked, can this person bear children? Does this person have a period? Can they get a period?
Yes, sir.
If the answer to both of those are yes, what is it?
The issue.
She's a she.
Street Club Shay in the building. What do you got to say, man? Talk to me, man.
After we got off the show yesterday, bro, went doing some research, boy. It's been a little deeper than I thought it was gonna go, dog.
Hey, let me tell you something, man, real quick, so we can get into this thing. It's Friday, man. I'll just say this: the private jet has landed in Madrid, and we in Madrid right now. at TOPO. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know how you say it. I don't care. But private jet, we down there in some kind of Times Square. We chilling, man. The initial thought, Imane Khelif, if I'm saying her name correctly, the initial thought was she was a transgender woman, a man who became a woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case, apparently. That's not the case.
Apparently, right.
So, as Shay said on there, or Shannon Sharp, he's a woman. I know. I fixed myself, dog. I fixed myself. I can't call no grown man delicious. But anyway,
mm-hmm.
I guess that's the question. I mean, I'm not a medical doctor, although I'm an expert. If you're born with female genitalia, that's always been the argument, though, Street. You're a female, no?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you got hermaphrodites out there. Hermaphrodites are people who are born with both, but this is not what we're talking about.
And we got some more. And we got another species of type of person out there that we're gonna talk about. But we got First Lady of Footballville, right? They may join us today, Hayes. My stepdaughter went to Howard University. She's studying to be a doctor.
Oh, she went to the wrong HU. Hold up, right there. She done discredited herself. She went to the wrong HU. The real when she get on here, I'm gonna say the real HU. She know what that is. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I lost it.
We were just talking about this months ago. She just took a class and she was saying how interesting it was to her. Yada yada yada. And it's funny that this has came up because this gets a little deep, dog.
All right.
It gets a lot deeper than it can get deep and be confusing, and kind of deceiving. What could be going on here? And she said she's gonna come on help us explain it.
I hope so. Because I'm a little lost. I get, and the reason I say that is because, when it kind of broke yesterday, and that's what happened, and we take the internet for the gospel, right? And we say, oh, she's transgender. That's not fair. We end up playing. I played it as my I don't see how yesterday. Today we come to find out she's not a woman. I mean, she's not a man. She was always born a woman. They've got little pictures of her as a little girl. She always identified as a woman. She just produces more testosterone, maybe than the average woman. I guess here's the question, and this wasn't in that Shannon Sharp clip, but in the Shannon Sharp clip, he starts talking about they wanted her to take blockers, like to block her testosterone. And to me, I'm going to just say, based on what I know right now, that's unfair. That's what your body produces. That's what it is. That's what gives you your edge, right? So you want to tell me what gives me my edge, I need to block it. Because on the flip side, we don't do that. Let's just say the football player. Nicholas Harbor right now is a freak athlete. The dude is 6'4", 250 pounds, running a 10-100. I mean, freakish athlete. Usain Bolt, freakish athlete. I don't know if that's due to his testosterone and all that. I can't call that. However, we're not asking those guys to block their testosterone so they could be at the same level, so you make it fair. You're a male, you're a female, you're a female. And that's the deciding factor. What's your thoughts on that piece?
If it explains simply like that, yes. I think I'm gonna try to get Kiana to come on here and after she explained it, we can maybe get some clarity. if it's explained simply like that, then yeah, Hayes, you're right. But there's people out here called guaidoses from the Dominican Republic, bro. Where we're not sure what their gender are, because at age 12, their gender changes.
But you could tell somebody if you're a doctor, you could tell somebody being nipped and tucked, dog.
No, it changes.
It changes itself?
It changes like from a female, right? And then male organs start growing at age 12. They would name it guaidoses. Yeah. So yeah.
Hold on. Coach A need a full screen on this one. What?
Yeah, bro.
What?
Right. So that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, that it gets a little deep. Now when you talk about this, I just put up was Lin Yu Ting. Lin Yu Ting was another one, a boxer that was having the same problem. The IBA, International Boxing Association, because you know, Imane was disqualified at the World Championships. They didn't. Imane and Lin Yu Ting was disqualified. They didn't let them.
Correct.
The DNA test showed that they had XY chromosomes. XY chromosomes, which basically it makes you a man. So the IBA's detailed the IBA decision to disqualify Khelif and Yu Ting, referencing the rule that the athletes where XY chromosomes cannot compete with women's competition. The IBA didn't let them compete.
You talking about Khelif, the Imane Khelif?
No, yeah, right. Both of them boxers. I don't know why I thought one of them was a boxer. Neither one of them, Ying or Khelif, because of the XY chromosomes. The IBA said no. I know what you're saying you was, but if you're showing XY, you can't compete. And then Olympics came and had a different set of rules. Let's see if we can get Keon on here, dog.
All right, real quick while you bring that up, I want to show this person that Shannon Sharp was talking about. Caster Simeon is who he was speaking of. This is her right here. All right, this is her in the black jacket. All of this is her.
I remember. I remember. Yeah.
All right, so she has an extra chromosome. I want to say she's from South Africa. Right, she has XY chromosomes. They say it's a rare condition. However, I mean, I don't know. Somebody put in the chat 1 in 10,000, 100,000, right? That's Chi-Town. At rare as 1 in 100,000 women are born with an additional Y chromosome. I don't know what to say, dog.
I guess I could give. Like you could give.
I mean, she looked a little. So back to what you're saying. I guess until if she comes on or not, but because I know we were having this discussion, I think earlier, and you were like, "Bruh, I've been here 45 years, 47 years. I ain't seen nobody." But there's some women out there look a little like they look mannish. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't understand it. But her physique, she's got broad shoulders. Like,
the internet, but the IOC, which is the International Olympic Committee, allowed Khelif and Ting to compete, emphasizing their stance of inclusivity and the consideration of individual athletes' experience.
Mm-hmm.
That sound kind of broad. That sound kind of like they were just like, man, listen, we ain't finna walk down that road with y'all. So, and if Kiana come in here, she gonna talk about this a little more. So these guaidoses, right? A Dominican Republic describe individuals with specific intersex condition known as 5-alpha reductase deficiency. This condition affects the development of sexual characteristics and is particularly notable for the changes that occur at puberty. Guava dulce is derived from Spanish, roughly translating to penis at 12. This just got complicated, Hayes, because she could have been a female, right? Grew a penis, didn't tell nobody.
So hold on. Let me make sure I'm understanding. Guave dulce, is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Yeah, because dulce is 12. Once dulce, tres dulce. Okay. So guave, I don't know what guave means, but I guess it means penis. And then dulce is 12. However, so you saying they wake up, they born with female genitalia.
Uh-huh.
And at 12, they grow up.
Something like a penis, maybe not a big one, but it something like a penis. Now you're a man, but it's kind of like if you don't tell anybody, right? And you can sneak the XY by. Okay, so but let me be serious for a second here. Let me be serious. Because what we're realizing is there are a lot of different people in this world.
That's fair.
And we haven't completely. And I used to have the same conversation about gays. When people would be like, basically discriminating against gays, right? Like, oh man, you can't do this, nah, you can't let them do that, they wasn't. And I used to always say, bro, listen, what if they were born that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we were discriminated against before.
Okay.
Our color, our skin. So just what if it's a situation where we don't understand, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now we're telling somebody else what they can't do or who they're not.
Okay, I see where you're going.
Right. So I had to slow somebody down one day. They was like, man, nah, man, they you can't. I say, but dog, like, we the last ones should be. We know what it feels like to be discriminated against for something we couldn't control.
Correct.
We starting to dig deeper into this thing and realizing that there's more conversations that we probably haven't had, like waiver doses. And what I wouldn't want to do, right, is to come down on somebody who has something
that's out of their control.
Right.
That's fair. Right. And here's what you say then. So here's how I look at it. I told what you said, I agree with 10,000%. I guess the only deciding factor is the competitive factor, because we know what testosterone versus estrogen does in a competitive arena,
right?
Versus skin color arena. I understand what you're saying about not understanding because something's different, right? I'm with that. So then becomes what do you do with such a rare thing? See, black people are not rare. Skin color is not rare, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's not like, oh, there's only 3 black people in the world. What race are they? Versus this is maybe such a rare condition. You don't want to eliminate them from sport because that's their right. They should have an opportunity to be in a competitive arena if that's what they choose to do from a sport perspective. Basketball, football, baseball, whatever. Hockey, track, boxing, whatever. But at some point, I think you have to have you have to come up with some kind of criteria to say this is what it is. It's kind of like the hermaphrodite conversation. Okay, you have both genitalia. What are you going to live your life as? Are you going to live it as a woman or are you going to live it as a man? I don't know if you should be allowed. You can change your gender, as you choose, be whatever you want. But when it comes to a competitive arena, if you have both genitalia, as in hermaphrodites, whatever side you kind of pick, you might need to stay there. I hate to try to put them in a box, but because of that's what we're saying. Now, when you walk out the arena, you go be a woman or be a man, whatever that is. I know it's touchy go, but that's just how I'm looking at it.
No, you're right. What I explained is just about humanity, right? You're right. Yeah. When you start talking about competing, now you're talking about something different. And right, you could have your own, put them in their own bracket. No, but I'm a female. Well, you're not like this. Well, okay, we are in 2024 where we've realized that there's not just female and male. Maybe there may be some other things that we just have not identified with. You feel me?
True.
Yeah. So just put them in their own bracket because.
But you can't, because it's not enough of them competing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you put people with her condition in their own bracket, who is she gonna box?
They're gonna box each other. Lee ain't gonna box Imane.
All right, that's two people. That's two people. That's two people. No problem.
That's 5 out of 7. Let's get it on.
Right. So that's my point. That's my point. It's not enough of them to create a category. That's what I'm trying to say when it comes to this chromosome piece. Not transgender, but when it comes to because what's the difference in she boxing a transgender person? It's still a quote unquote woman with a Y chromosome boxing who? A man now? So then why don't she just go box men?
It seemed like the chromosomes is the only thing that's telling the truth, right?
From the blood,
like the chromosome is what decides where you should compete at. That's what it seems like.
Well, I saw a Trapper John MD episode back in the 80s that dealt with, I'm to mess with y'all, man. Shout out to the Doogie House MD people. But, you know, as a matter of fact, even talking about, so I see Yellow Bell say, give them their own tournament. I'm going to just take what he's saying. I think he's talking about her, but I'll just take him to the transgender. Even if you give transgender their own tournament, what are you fighting? All you're doing is fighting a bunch of men that want to be women, which they're men, and you fighting a bunch of women that want to be a bunch of men that want to be women. So they're still the same, but you're not separating them. You're just separating them because of what they want to be, but what are they biologically when you do that? I don't know, bro. I don't know. It is tough. It is tough.
Read that comment.
So Briley says, how about eliminate the male woman distinction at all? Just blood test all competitors and do weight classes and testosterone level brackets. If the weights and hormones are similar, fight. Okay. Here's what I'll tell you.
Right. That's what I just said, right? Like the only thing telling the truth is the blood.
Right. So if that's the case, you're going to have here in the 35 mega centimeter category of testosterone, D Streeter versus Imane Khelif. Cause y'all got the same. Maybe dog. I don't know.
Well, the way Imane hit that young lady, she need to be in the ring with D Streeter.
Yeah, but I seen Shields hit people that hard. Clarissa Shields. I seen Clarissa Shields, bro. They just got a thing on them. Man, he hit that girl. The back of her head touched her spine, dog. Bam. Now I'll say this: I don't know the young lady. There's a lot of sympathy going on for the young lady. Her father passed. She may not have been a very, very good boxer. We see a lot of people who make it to the Olympics. They not good. Like we go watch the 100-meter race right now. The dude from Croatia ain't even on the camera when they cross the line, but he made it to the Olympics for his country. So she may not, I don't know her background, I may be wrong, but she may not have been a very good boxer. And she got hit and like, oh, this is too much for me. They're like that when you see the Chinese high dive, they be in their belly flopping. They done made it to the Olympics.
What?
You never saw that? No, you never saw that? All right, I can't even play it. They're gonna ban the channel.
Everybody that make it to the Olympics, dog, is high level.
No, they're not. I'm telling you, they're not. Because maybe that country just doesn't have a very good person to represent that particular sport. Bro, you can go in there and look at teams like the Jamaican bobsled team, man. Come on, man. Like
somebody said, show the post fight of them standing next to each other.
Yeah, but that don't tell you nothing either. Because guess what?
I think they just want to see it. I mean, no, man. After doing a little research, bro, nothing tells us anything. I mean, obviously, we don't know as much as we think we know.
Shottown said she was 9-5, so she in the Olympics at 9-5.
She was what?
She was her. He's saying her record. I guess he's talking about the young lady that lost was 9-5. I guess that's what he's talking about.
No, I mean this is wild. Like this is her as a kid.
Bro, I bring up Brittany Griner. Look at Brittany Griner. She's 6. How tall is Brittany Griner? 6'8"?
Brittany Griner looked like a man. Brittany Griner looked like a darn gone man now, dog.
So Brittany Griner's height, she's 6'9", dog. Brittany Griner is 6'9". How many 6'9"? First of all, how many 6'9" men are there? Probably more. But how many 6'9" women are there?
Right.
She wears a size 17 shoe. She ain't in the normal category. So hold on. So based on what Yellow Bell said, she need to be playing in the NBA then, because her testosterone high. If that was the case, I don't know. I ain't did no bullet, but I'm saying if that was the case, she need to be, because it's competitive. She need to be in the NBA right now. Would she survive in the NBA street? You're a basketball dude.
No.
That's my point.
She got the XY chromosome. She a Gueva Dose?
I don't know.
So, all right, man, we got Kiana. We got Kiana in the background. She may be feeding a baby or something, man. But Kiana is our resident, striving to be a doctor, graduated from Howard. And she gave birth to a Gueva Dose. Like, wait to change you, dog.
Put the cane juice down, Street. Put the cane juice down.
Put up here. Put up here. Why we can't get up here?
I got to put on the screen. Yep.
Oh, there you go. Kiana, you can hear us?
I can hear y'all. Okay. Wait, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you. We can hear you.
Hold up. Before you go there, Street, you know what, Kiana, I got to give it to you right now. What's the real HU, Kiana? Come on now.
Oh, Howard, for sure.
So guess what? She just lost all her credibility. That's going to take her down. She don't understand.
What?
Because Hampton University is the real HU, Kiana.
Oh, no.
It's the real HU.
Oh, no.
That's why I went to school. You know it's the real HU. But anyway, we'll let you slide today. But go ahead, Street.
So Kiana is, I mean, a little background. Kiana is basically the first young lady I put on football field when she was really, really little. She was very, very talented. Like, put in front of camera, she could do anything, and she had been winning talent shows her whole life. So just very talented girl. But she went on to Howard, and now you're studying to be a doctor, or you just took a biological class? You're studying to be a doctor, right?
Yeah, right now I'm trying to further my education, but this last semester I took genetics, and I feel like this topic touches a lot on what we learned in genetics. So we learned about this kind of, I want to say, a community in the Dominican Republic by the name of guaidoses. And if you guys don't know, I just tuned in, so I'm not sure exactly what point you guys touched on before I joined. But scientifically, and biologically, what separates a male from a female is having an Y chromosome. So females are born XX, males have XY chromosomes. So what would happen with these guaidoses is that their Y chromosome, something in their genetics, like a genetic mutation, it would be suppressed. So when they were born, of course, when the doctors looked at them when they were born, they would see that they would have a vagina. It would look, normal to a female. But as they would hit puberty, these their vagina would change into a penis, and they would grow testes, and they would have all of the normal things that you would see in a male hitting puberty. So maybe that's kind of what this athlete is going through, something that is genetic, because once you have a Y chromosome, you are classified as a male. So maybe it's the type of situation where her chromosome was suppressed until she hit puberty, and now she's starting to, express all of the male traits. So that's just an idea of what could be happening.
Would you suggest that she compete with men or women?
I would say a male, because, like I said, once you have that, if they do find that she has a Y chromosome, like I said, that's really what separates a male and a female. So if they are finding a Y chromosome, I feel like she should be competing.
The
Yeah, well, if
IBA
that's the
found
case,
a Y
I definitely
chromosome.
think that she should be competing with the male, because her genetic makeup is different than that of anybody else who she would be competing with who has two X chromosomes. The Y chromosome alone is what gives all the males the male features. So
here's my science. Here's a question there. So back to Shannon Sharp and what he was saying. Again, I don't know, but we're gonna go through it. Can you have a Y chromosome, like say she does, and still reproduce?
Oh, I'm sorry, something's going on with my mic. But that honestly, I feel like with genetics, it can vary case by case. It depends on if she does have maybe some type of way she does have like female reproductive parts. In some kind of way, she does have like testes, but she has maybe an ovary or something. But it's very rare. But because genetics, anything can happen with your genetic makeup, it can be risky. I mean, I don't know. Have the doctors, really dug into what reproductive organs she has? Because, like I said, with guaidoses, when they went back, they saw that they actually didn't have any female reproductive parts, even though what it looked like when they were born, they were female. But when you actually look inside of the body, they actually didn't have any female reproductive parts, but everything as a male.
So they have any like fallopian tubes or uterus, anything like that?
No.
This just got more difficult. This just got
Hold
more
on.
complicated.
I know you always skip class. You always say I went in class today. So we're gonna let two HUs talk about this thing. Like,
so go ahead.
So okay, so I get what you're saying, right? And I understand that. But again, I'm going kind of back on where Shannon Sharp touched on. I don't know if you saw that part or not. But he was saying that when people or Congress and they ask these questions, they have these doctors.
Right.
And they said, and he said they ask them two specific questions. One, do they have female genitalia? And two, do they have a period? If the answer is yes to both of them, that is what I guess that body, the body meaning the governmental body or whoever's overseeing it, deems as female.
Right.
Right. If one of those answers are missing, is a no, then you are a male. Now, I know some people may not have it because I don't know. I don't know.
Right. So my thing with that is, as far as the reproductive system between male and female, that comes from those two sex chromosomes. Like we have two sex chromosomes. So that comes from those chromosomes. So you all are males, so you guys have a Y chromosome. So that Y chromosome alone is what makes you guys produce a penis, what makes you guys produce all of those male reproductive organs. The fact that I'm a woman and I don't have a Y chromosome is why I don't have those things. But like I said, when genes switch, it goes way into depth into science. But when those genes, when you're being born or like when you're developing, those genes can switch, they can have mutations. Maybe not all of the Y chromosome will develop in that gene. So maybe some things will be cut off. There's, like I said, there's different cases. Like the human body honestly is amazing the way that it develops. And at any point in time, a mutation can occur on any gene, any chromosome, and cause different things. But for the most part, like I said, the Y chromosome alone is what literally gives males male features. So
Yeah, and it's kind of like the Down syndrome, right? When you look at
right,
the what is it, a copy of a chromosome? I forgot what number it
right.
is,
So
but
you with that, it's having an extra chromosome. I think there's different types of with that, which actually is interesting. There's different types of Down syndrome, and to be honest, only the Down syndrome that most people live with is trisomy 21. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but that's only because when you
21.
have an extra chromosome, it obviously is too much genetic makeup for your body. So honestly, there can be some times where women miscarry, and it can be because they have an extra chromosome, but not the 21st chromosome. Say it's the third chromosome that they have an extra copy of. But because it's
Gotcha.
way too much genetic information, your body will automatically expel, what's growing inside of you for
Right.
simpler terms, because it's just way too much genetic makeup. There's no way that the fetus will even be able to form or live. So that's actually another interesting fact about Down
No,
syndrome.
so would you consider it rare? I consider it rare. Like everybody, I
Yeah,
think
I
everybody considers it extremely
definitely
rare.
consider this rare. I definitely consider it to be rare. For the simple fact that it's rare, honestly, the fact that this is news, that makes it rare because we've never seen something like this and never heard of anything like this. But the fact that there can be such a huge mutation and mix up, it's definitely rare. You don't hear about this all the time where there's a woman who's born, as far
Mhm.
as like speaking on the Webadosa, is where there's a woman, you think that she's born a female, but then through puberty she starts to grow testes and start to develop as a man. I mean, I
Mm.
feel like that's pretty
Well,
uncommon. So
this is what funny though. I remember Kiana coming home the day she learned this and wanted to talk to me and her mom about it. And I was just, her mom listens to everything she talks about, but I was just like, what we talk about X, Y, so man, that was a decent. And she was saying it was very interesting. Now I done
Mhm.
did my research and we here again, and yeah, it has gotten complicated and
So
interesting.
yeah. So
I
Kiana, let
still
me
think
ask you.
somebody cheating though. I still think somebody cheating though, and I'm explaining.
So quickly speaking on this, Kiana, because
yes,
it is interesting. I love to learn stuff. Men have different levels of testosterone. Like every man doesn't have the same. Like, you
right,
know, this person may have, like, just for a number's sake, let's say the average is 100, right? Let's just say
right,
that's a number. I don't know, the counts go, but let's say the average is 100. And I was bringing up a young man like, say, Nicholas Harbor. He's 250 pounds, runs like he runs little boy speed, like he 10-1 in 100. Like Usain Bolt, 6'6", running a 9'6". I mean, just astronomical numbers.
right,
You would assume, I'm not a doctor, but his testosterone levels may be higher because of what he's producing, the muscle mass, bone structure, all of that kind of stuff.
right.
But on the flip side, you got a dude with, say, 50% testosterone. So Usain is at 200. My man, this other dude is at 50.
Right.
They're both males. Should they compete against each other?
So with that, I would say yes. Um, I would say yes, but I do understand where you're coming from. And to go back to genetics on that, because we also learned that what literally, like I said in the beginning, what separates the male and the female is having that Y chromosome. But there
Right.
can be instances where males have two X chromosomes and one Y chromosome. And then there can be instances where males have one X chromosome and two Y chromosomes. So I don't really know the correlation with that and testosterone, but as we know, having that Y chromosome gives you all these male features. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So my thing is what I'm thinking is if you have more X chromosomes than a male who has, I mean, more Y chromosomes than a man who has just one Y chromosome, I feel like that would give you an advantage because you will have more male features. So
I don't know.
So
That's why I say it's tough. It's tough, man.
these
This is
dudes right here talking about they a beast. I'm a beast, and yeah, some of them are goddamn beasts. They are fucking
yeah,
mutants.
there's actually a syndrome
he
called
said mutant.
Khelif syndrome where the males have more X chromosomes than Y chromosomes, and that makes them have more feminine features. So these people will have more curves on their bodies as a woman. They would have more, I won't say breasts, but they'll be fat, like
Man
they will
boobs. They
have
got man
more of a
boobs.
woman physique. What I'm saying. So
They got hips and stuff.
yes, Cleveland syndrome is what I think the name is. If you Google it, you'll see it. Yeah, they don't grow to be as tall. They're actually shorter, so having more X chromosomes. So I mean, maybe that could be a reason why some men, have more stamina, more, endurance, or maybe inclined to be more athletic than the other because maybe they have an extra Y chromosome. But again, these are things that you wouldn't know unless you actually do your genetic testing. So,
Yeah. Well, I'll say this kind of maybe in conclusion, though, Street, and shout out to what actually, no, it just came up here really flawed. Just said the same. Seems like the answer is complicated and is determined on a case by case basis, and I think that is the thing. Because it's so rare, you have to take it a case by case. It's not a blanket rule because something is so rare. We may not see this kind of thing happen for another 10 years, or we may see 5 cases in the next 10 years.
Right.
Who knows? Who knows? But what I do know, it's not frequent enough where you can make a blanket rule. And it is some things that are, case by case. And I'm gonna say something, I don't want to sound insensitive, but it is one of these things. Like what deems Special Olympics, right? If you really start to really want to, if you want to get real technical, is it because you have a genetic mutation? Are you now Special Olympic? Like, is it because you lost your leg, but nothing else? Is it because you're Down syndrome? Like, that's where those things get real. The line gets really blurred because what is the true definition of being having the ability to play in the Special Olympics? What are those things? Is it these genetic mutations? Is it not? Is it, you get what I'm saying? Does that kind of make sense where I'm kind of going?
Kiana, you need to get out of here.
no, I'm listening. My child is good.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. I get it. It's a lot more complicated than we thought. But I do still think somebody's cheating though. I just think sometimes the rule has to be created, just like the law. Somebody has to go to court, fight something, then they come up with the law. Like right. I think somebody knows what they have. When they packed up and flew to the Olympics to compete, like their team knew what was going on or what they had. So yeah, I do. At the end of the day, think that it's still some cheating going on or this deceiving.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. And then now you starting medical stuff, so now you start talking about HIPAA laws and all that kind of stuff.
When she starts saying the store outside looks like a sports authority, but inside it could be Winn-Dixie, then that just throws it all off. You know what I'm saying? When she starts talking about you can look on the outside have female genitalia, but in the inside can't produce a baby.
That's true.
Now that just takes the cake right there. I mean that makes it. I mean that makes it. How complicated is that?
I mean, you got one out there that can't give birth because they may be missing fallopian tubes or they don't have ovary, but they still a woman. So that's why I said, I heard what Shannon Sharp said. That's why I wanted to ask her. And I get what Shannon Sharp was saying. I guess he was taking it from what they asked kind of in Congress or whatever. Yeah. But they're also, I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, part of the problem, and I've been saying this a lot, is the labels that we place on things. Let me get a little deep here. Like, we create the language and then we place labels on things. We call that a bird. We call that a lion, right? That's a girl, that's a woman, that's a man. See, the problem is we try to put everything in and give it a label and put it in the lane.
In the category, yeah.
And we realize, and what we realize is that we can't put everything in the lane. So you keep saying, well, if it does this, if it spits, it walks like it, it's a woman, right? Well, there we go. If it does this, put it in that lane. Wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? Wait a minute, it don't have everything for that lane. And I think the problem is the labels. He's straight, he gay, he this. I think the problem is trying to label everything because we try to understand everything. I'm 47 years old and I didn't know there were guava doses out here. That just done.
First time I heard it. I've heard of hermaphrodites. I've heard of that. I didn't know.
Hey, you going out tonight, bro? Don't get too drunk and take home old guava dose.
But I'm gonna be on. If you don't see me on Hayes Street on Monday, check the docket. That's all I'm telling you. Check the docket. I ain't having it.
I'm on guava dose.
No, so yes. And again, we're talking about these are like the anomalies of life, right? And to your point, Stuart, I hear you, but I do think we have to put things in the box because if you don't, you can't identify certain things. And I know that's a thing, but you have to be able to. Everything has. That's like imagine if none of us had names. That's putting you in a lane. Like I'm identifying you in some form or fashion. Imagine if none of us had names. How would we How do we identify ourselves? Now I know animals that I know of. They not be like, "Hey, yo, John, what you want for dinner? You want the antelope or you want the zebra?" Like, nah, it don't work like that. But they have ways in which they communicate. So maybe because of maybe through their scent, they can smell and they know who is who. Just like when you see these guys who go off in the military come back and the dog hadn't seen them, but they smell that scent and they go crazy. That's their identifier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It makes society work for us, but are we right? You know what I'm saying? That's the Karas Wynn talks about that. Like, are we white? Are we right? We called it a bird. Like, we don't really know what God meant it to be and what it's really doing. You know what I'm saying? But we called it from our research. But as history, if we go back in history, we've been wrong about a bunch of shit. And we just keep evolving.
Yeah. I mean, because I think anything, you got to have a set of rules, right? That's just me thinking like, and usually things happen in life due to tragedy, right? Stop sign comes about. Why? Because of car accidents. I'm going this way, you going that way. Who got the right of way? So we create stop sign, traffic light, whatever. Seat belts. They weren't in the first car. Well, we realized, hold up, we need a way to strap people in because
right.
we just didn't know.
Before seatbelts came, right.
Yeah, imagine how many people died. Think about it, Tylenol or whatever. How many people died before they realized, oh, I can just make this pill? But how many people had to get tested, died to figure out that life-saving measures are something as simple as a Tylenol or a baby aspirin stop heart attacks? You know what I mean? Like, that's just part of life and living and so forth. But I guess when it comes to this, I guess it's something new, right? maybe a lot of people never wanted to compete because they didn't want to get outed. Because we all know when you do sports, you got to take a sport physical. And maybe a lot of those people, maybe like her, did not want to go to the doctor and be tested, because they do, like Kiana say, at 12, what is that?
Yeah.
And when you go play sports as men, you got to drop them draw, cough, and that's what it is.
But if your old boy a scammer, he's gonna be like, hey, wait a minute.
Oh, geez.
Let's get this bag. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this bag. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
Sheridan, what's up with you, man?
Reggie said, who's the young lady up there? That is my girlfriend's daughter. She don't like calling me her stepdaddy because she thinks she's better than me. But that's my girlfriend's daughter, Kiana.
First lady of Footballville.
First lady I put on Footballville. Real quick story, dog. This is how it happened, dog. We were just talking about this. What's the case with the little boy with the Skittles? We were just talking about
Trayvon Martin.
Trayvon Martin case was going on, and that little girl from New Orleans took the stand. And remember, she couldn't speak well.
From New Orleans.
Yeah, from New Orleans, and she couldn't speak well. And I was like, man, any little kid, any high school kid in front of those lights, pressure situation like that, don't struggle. And my girlfriend at the time, Kia, was like, not my daughter, Kiana, I don't think. And I hadn't really met Kiana. This was when we first met. She's like, I don't think, not my daughter. My daughter get in front of the crowd of 500 and just, I say, man, whatever. Everybody think their child is special, right? Everybody. She said her daughter wouldn't take the stand and speak like that. She said, no, my daughter's a little different. So I decided to, okay, well, let me give her a mic, right? Take out for football field one day, right? So I took her out. This is her first time, bro. We riding in the car. She quiet.
That's not her, y'all. That's not her, y'all. I don't want people to think that's her.
Who is that? Who is this? Everybody
I know who this is.
Okay.
And I want to give a shout out to you.
And we riding in the car, dog. She quiet. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put a microphone in her hand and see if she could be like a commentator, like a kid commentator for football. Dog, this is the first time I told her, hey, say this and go.
This is Footballville, and I'm Cam Janae. Today we're here at Bunch Park, home of the Miami Gardens Cowboys. After being shut down for a year, they're back, and as you can see, better than before. Bunch Park is known to have produced many college and NFL talents, such as Louisville's Teddy Bridgewater and Keith Brown. Also, NFL rookie Kayvon Webster. We're happy to see Bunch Park back and running. Now let's go take a look.
Bro.
Kayvon Webster? He played for me at New Orleans.
Yeah, he came out of Bunch Park. That was the first time I put her up there. The first time I said go.
That's awesome.
And she was definitely super talented. Y'all hear her up here talking. She was born like that. I mean, she went to college. The day she got to college, she was like a sophomore or some shit like that. Maybe a junior. I don't know. She had so many college credits. Like she's like school and stuff comes easy to her. Very smart. I mean, bright young lady. But she grown now. She don't look like that anymore. She's completely grown. Still short, but she's grown.
I mean, she only made one bad decision, but I understand. I get it. There's only one out there. There's only one decision she made. I ain't gonna hold it to her. I ain't gonna hold it to you, Kiana. I understand. She's over there at that McDonald's. What, that McDonald's on Florida Street and then Florida Avenue or something like that? I used
Georgia Avenue.
Georgia Avenue. Hey.
Wait, the McDonald's by Howard?
Yeah, right across the street.
Oh, man. Listen. Oh, man. I didn't realize Howard was in such a bad neighborhood. Right.
Hey, you walk out, dude, he asks you for money, boy. You got some money.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised the one time I went up there. But all right, Kiana, listen, man, you can get up out of here, man. We appreciate you. You just described and explained it way better than we would have.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. So Street, there it is. Matter of fact, Sheridan said, bring up the point that she was born that way. She didn't take steroids. Yeah, and I think that's the point, though, right, Sheridan? Like, we're not. I don't think anybody's accusing her, and I'm not saying you're saying that, but right. I think it's the extra chromosome which makes her stronger. That's her natural steroid, I guess is the right way to say it.
If you got in here late, let me just say this: if you got in here late, you got to go back and watch the whole thing. I see Jimmy Long coming right here, and Jimmy explained everything we discussed throughout this whole show. So if you got in here late, you got to go back and watch the whole thing. Me and Hayes, yesterday we was some ignorant niggas probably, but after we did some research, we realized that holy crap, it got a little complicated and deeper, a lot deeper than we thought.
Hey, we were victims to the internet, and for that, I got to play the world's smallest violin for us. I don't want to say play the world's smallest violin for us.
Jimmy keeps saying, bring up the fact that she was born that way. Jimmy, yes, we touched on that. Yeah.
No, we're not blaming her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not blaming her. We're trying to say now, how do you go forward?
Right.
So the question now is, okay, because the whole point was that yesterday was she was a transgender. That was the whole narrative. Now she's not a transgender. The point now is, okay, she's born this way. You have this chromosome, which gives you all this testosterone. Is that a fair advantage, being though it's a male testosterone, but a Y chromosome or extra chromosome, do you still compete at the female level? Unlike maybe, say, I forgot I want to say the guy or the girl or them, that the swimming from Penn State, that was just transgender. They were a male and decided to be a female. This is now a total different case than this case right here. So,
bro, yeah, the IBA, once again, they were disqualified from the World Championship. Her and Lin Yu Ting wasn't able to compete. The IBA basically said, hey, listen, if you show up here with an XY chromosome, you're not competing with the females, and didn't allow them to compete. The Olympics just took a different stance.
Right. It's a different body, governing body.
Now, what would be sad is the fact that why was this decision made? Because it's causing a lot of attention to the Olympics. It's one of the things I spoke about the most, other than basketball. Right. So you would ask yourself, like, why would somebody make that decision after you've seen athletes get qualified in other tournaments? I mean, but at the same time, now you're singling out somebody who may or may not have, you know what I'm saying, was born this way. Like the conversation I started talking about before. And now you're singling them out. And that's a sad, that's a sad situation.
I mean, it's a no-win situation for the Olympic Committee, right? Perfect example, because Anthony says, I blame the Olympic Committee and their corruption for not doing proper vetting for this, allowing her to compete like that, and now she's getting attacked because of something she couldn't control. But if you don't allow her to compete, then you're denying her because she's a woman. But is she a man? Because she has an extra chromosome? Like Kiana said, you got guys that got more Y's than X. I don't know how that works. You know what I mean? Even though I'm an expert. But now this is different than gender reassignment. This is different than transsexual. You cut your stuff, you fold it back. That's totally different. This is really talking about genetics. This is talking about genetics. And I think from the Olympic Committee, there are two different bodies. You got the boxing world and then you got the Olympic world, because you have to remember, the Olympics think the same way. We're talking about boxing, but what if it's basketball? You have to remember that's just boxing. So that's all they're worried about. But the Olympics if they can't set that rule for the boxing part of the Olympics, but it'd be different for basketball or different for this sport or that sport or whatever. So they had to probably look at it as a whole and say, if we make this rule, then we have to make this rule for all categories of the Olympics. So I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some future changes coming. Because I mean, obviously you can't have an Olympics where females are quitting in the middle of it because they like, man, I ain't never been hit that hard. Or all right, USA, here we go. Now we got to send Clarissa Shields to the Olympics. Like we got to start sending. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we did in basketball.
They got some amateurs in again.
And then what we did in basketball, we should send the college kids. They lose. All right, send a dream team. Let's go and end this right now.
All right. Since I can't figure out who's what, we'll send you Clarissa Shields. Deal with that.
Deal with that. LeBron, y'all go over there and dunk on the cat. Like I'm just saying, so we could always do that. But and I guess my biggest concern, and well, I'll just say like this, is I do think it has to be a case by case basis. And let's look at it for this young lady. She grew up a woman, right? Think about this. She grew up a girl, grew up a woman, right? I don't know her sexual preference or orientation. That's neither here nor there, but she grew up as a female. She doesn't know she has an extra chromosome until she gets tested.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, y'all, I got an extra chromosome. Like, she doesn't know that. So she's growing up as a woman. And now when you go to compete, well, you got to go fight these dudes over here. But why? Why I got to fight? Because you got a chromosome. Huh? So that I'm telling you, it's. They say once you turn professional, you can't box in the Olympics. Okay.
Well, they could change too. I mean, if they're gonna be sending Guavadoses to beat up on our Lakeisha, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to protest. I know. I'm glad we had this conversation, though. I am. Yeah. Because I mean, now we realize that. Oh man, here we go. Like, things got a little more complicated than we thought. And discrimination, I think, is discrimination. At the end of the day, I sounded ignorant yesterday, so I'm apologize. You know what I'm saying? Because I took a strong stance. That looked like a man to me. But actually, it is a man. You gotta watch. You gotta watch. Yeah, you say it is a man. So maybe hold on. I'm gonna bring my apology back. Like, it is a man. And I believe that they'll get it right eventually in the future, man. It may have to only just be, hey, man, we're looking for X's and Y's. We're putting the X's with the Y's and the Y's with the X's and the XY's with the XY's. And maybe that's what it is in the future.
Maybe. But again, what we're seeing firsthand is what usually goes on all the time. As society in life, we don't get a chance to see, I hate to say this word like this, but the experiments. We see the end results, right? We don't get to see all of the things. We just get to see the final product of how things come about. Like I said, think about all of the deaths that had to go place or all of the things that had to happen in order to save millions of lives later, right? How many patients had to be sick and go through all of this testing in order to have the vaccines we have today, like polio. Polio is non-existent pretty much for the most part. Why? Because we had the vaccine. But how many people died in the process trying to figure out the right concoction to put in your arm? You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're living this life right now. And I think we haven't seen a lot of it because maybe people who lived like that had a certain fear to quote unquote be exposed as a quote unquote freak, as they call them, oh freak, you know what I mean? That freak of nature kind of thing. I never heard of a guava dose. Guava dose, am I saying it right?
Guava dose. No, we both heard of it today, dog.
Yeah. So you know, that's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, you learn something every day, man. But it's a little deep, dog. It's a little different.
Yeah, it is deep. It caught us off guard.
Yeah, 197 people in the building climbing. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, aka X. And Y? X.
X and Y. Oh gosh.
If I had my X account up there and you had your X account up there, would it be a male podcast?
Bro, dog, I remember the day Kiana came home wanting to discuss that.
Straight crickets in here, man.
And I thought, yeah, and I was just like, man, what she was? And she was like how interesting it was, and that would make sense. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's very, very interesting.
Hold on, here go a great point. Shout out, man, Sheridan, boy, you on fire today, baby. Look at women bodybuilders; they look way stronger than her. Now, of course, they work at it because of what they're doing, their regimen.
Say women bodybuilders look way stronger than her?
Yeah, of course they do. I mean, because that's what they do daily. Like they're constantly lifting weights. So yeah. I mean, some Instagram model look stronger than her, like them fit channels or whatever. Now they don't look like that maybe in the face, but some of them do.
Well, we are talking about boxing where how they do it in the Olympic weight class, right? It's still weights, right?
Yeah, I believe it's weight class, yeah.
Yeah, so you can't be 6'4". You got to figure out some way to get it under the weight.
All right, bro.
I would told you, well, I don't think she was 6'4", though.
Here go my next question. Who she fight next? Who she fight next, dog?
We finna find out, dog. We finna find out.
Hey, who she fighting next? That's all I want to know. And you saw, was it Jake Paul that put out to the young lady from, I think she's from Italy, that she could fight on the undercard. And here's another question. How good was the young lady from Italy? See, yeah, she got hit hard. Okay. How good was she though? Like you look at our athletes, right? Go look at our NBA athletes. Look at their body types compared to what other countries are bringing to the table at the Olympics. Let's say basketball. Bro, we look way different. Way different, bro.
We do?
Man, come on. It's not even close. When you look at the body type, bro, LeBron out there 40-some years old, he looked way different than the dude from Kenya or Sri Lanka or wherever they was from. They was playing the other day.
Right.
LMV.
Right.
LMV. Right there. 6 minutes. 6 minutes right here in this corner. 6 minutes. She just don't stop. She's out of control. People get hit. Hey, people get hit every day, B.
What'd you say?
Hey. LFV, you got 6 minutes in this corner. People get hit every day, B. Oh, God. J in the building. South Sudan. Thank you. Thanks, Lou. I checked my email. Reggie, I can't be playing that stuff, man. You gonna get me banned, dog. I saw you, unless you just sent me something new. He sent me, I don't see how. Reggie, some of that stuff I can't play, dog. Okay.
Damn.
Oh, great call. Only thing is, Reggie, I can't play it because it's a YouTube video, but I'll do a still shot of it. Let me find a great still shot of it.
Dang, her next fight is against Hungary.
Against who?
Tomorrow against Hungary. Luca Hamari.
All right, I'm gonna do a script. Luca Hamari. What's their record?
From Hungary. Let's see.
Well, Reggie gonna get the whole show banned. People get hit every day, B. LFB, you in trouble, man. You in trouble.
What you mean? What's her professional record or?
Yeah, like what is her? She's going into this fight as what? Like what's her background? She good? Not good?
Don't look like it's gonna matter, dog.
Well, let me put this up while you looking at that. What do you think about her face right there? What do you think about this person?
What do I think about them? They
I'm
look
just
tired.
saying. They look tired. Street, don't do that.
What do you mean by what I think about them?
I'm trying to see. That look feminine to you? Like she look feminine to you?
Keep clicking. No, that's a strong jawbone. I mean, it looked like.
That's a lady.
It is.
Yeah.
Who is that?
I don't know. You're a 2-time qualified Olympian, 11-week out from the Olympia episode 1. I don't know. They did it. I'm trying to find because I can't play it, man, because they be bamming our head, dog. Hey, Jimmy said that woman looks like she could have an X chromosome. Jimmy.
Why?
Jimmy, L&V in that corner. 5 minutes. Bottom right-hand corner, Jimmy. You got 5 minutes. So, I don't know. Like, that look like that could be a dude.
That's
like,
a lady?
I don't know. Yeah. See, that's a man. See, that's all I'm saying. It's a lady. Let me just skip through it like this. Come on. That jawbone strong, but
you got makeup.
Jimmy, you ain't been here enough. He said, what do you mean? That's just me saying what you said was funny. So you got to go sit in the corner. You on punishment. You on timeout for 5 minutes at the bottom. It's a joke. Is that Megan the Stud? See, I'm not gonna let y'all do this, man. I'm not gonna let y'all. Y'all about to take the show to the right. Not Megan the Stallion.
What? Megan the Stallion don't look like that. Megan the Stallion done lost weight.
Hey, J Duff. No, you're playing the game. Not Megan the Stallion, but Megan the Stud. Y'all. I'm not doing that. But he said in Atlanta, that's a dude. Y'all are too funny, man. I'm not messing with y'all.
In Atlanta, that's a dude.
No, but I'm just talking about like features when you see people. That's all we're saying. That's all I'm saying. That I don't know.
Nah, I don't know what that was. I mean, I thought I was trying to outsmart myself. That's what I was looking at.
Too much pressure right now.
That woman is competing?
I guess. Reggie sent this to me. I'm gonna blame Reggie. I'll blame Reggie. I ain't getting into it. But let's knock this out, man. I don't see how. See, so here's the great question, Shatan. So, coach, if a weaker man gets knocked out by a more masculine man, do we start gene testing men? When men get knocked out, we think nothing of it. Like, that's like good
when
call.
Women get knocked out, we don't think nothing of it. And until they look like LeVar Ball. until they look like the Angelo Ball, we didn't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so we can't really say that. Like, let me see. we can't really say that. I don't think it's about getting knocked out. I think it's about they knew that she knew she was in the ring with something that wasn't like her. Yeah, I mean, when the women start looking like LaMelo, when the women start looking like LaMelo Ball, then we start questioning. All right, you feel me?
Yeah,
that's where the questions come from. I don't think it's about competing and losing. I think it's about that. It's about that lady knew that other lady, Guevadose or whatever, had an advantage. She's boxed ladies her whole life. You know what I'm saying? She knew she had an advantage. She could feel it.
I don't know, dog. I don't have any answers. We got a $5 donor up here. Cost Kane in the building. Thank God I'm married.
Thank God I'm married. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You got an on-see out, dog?
I got a great one.
Run it.
Y'all know I always talk about critical thinking skills and how I believe we as society and the elders are failing our children because we take critical thinking skills out of schools. Here's a perfect example of why we're in trouble. Because we take critical thinking things out of school and we sit there and they don't understand why. But let me go ahead and put this to the stage. Y'all check this out.
You got
Uh-oh, I gotta cut the music off because they be bamming us. Let me start it over. I ain't know.
You ain't got no sponsor?
Yeah, I'm gonna sponsor it afterwards. Appreciate that. Y'all tell me, somebody in the chat tell me what's wrong, what's going on here. Why can't she saw through the whole piece of wood and she can't figure it out? Somebody explain to me, please. This is a perfect example of why we're in trouble.
What are you doing, man?
I don't see how she can't figure out why she can't saw through that whole piece of wood. She giving it all to. And the sad part is she got a friend right there with her. It's two of them.
Oh, I thought she was on the cell phone. Her friend ain't even on the cell phone. Somebody said she a girl.
I'm just saying, this right here is a perfect example of what we're talking about. While that's playing, I'm gonna pull up my sponsor. Sponsor for the day. All right. Anyway, sponsor for the day on the show is Coach Hayes Football Fantasy. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all playing, but the fantasy, one league is full already, Street. One of the leagues is full already. I ain't gonna tell y'all which one. We just opened up another one, so don't worry about it. But if you want to join the Coach Hayes Football College Fantasy League, not NFL, we're doing fantasy, all of the Power 4 program plus Notre Dame. Here you go. There's three different levels. 25 get you 225, 50 get you 450, 100 get you 900. Cash App, Coach Hayes Football. All right. Cash App, Coach Hayes Football. Put your email address in the memo section. Or guess what? Critical thinking skills. How do you think I can I can tell you where the link is if I don't know your email address. So if you don't put it in there, you just donated whatever amount to the Hayes Foundation. God bless the kids. All right. Check your spam folder for fan tracks right here. You see it? Check your folder for spam track. Check your spam folder for fan tracks. Okay. I try to get it to you within an hour. When you cash out, make sure you see this logo. If you don't see this logo right here and you send your money to somebody else, you like Prince at the music award. You asked out. That's all I'm trying to tell you. All right. Anybody got any questions, you can email me at coachhayesfootball@gmail.com. It's right here. All you got to do is check this out, man. And that's what it is. I'm going to put the link in the description as well. If it's not already in there, I got to check it out. But, man, that's what we're doing. A league is full already. We already got up to 25 participants out of all three, but we're going to open up another one because that's already full. Come on, Street. 9 times your money? 9 times your money, Street?
Can't beat that, dog. You ain't 9 times your money nowhere.
That's better than Bitcoin, boy.
You ain't 9 times your money nowhere.
Huh? If y'all want to get real bad, we could do $1,000 league too. You can walk home with 10 grand. 1,000 get you 10. Ooh. 1,000 get you 10, Street. Huh? And for that much money to run up, get your money back. We give you 1,000. Get your money back.
1,000 get you 10,000. You got to beat how many people? 11?
11 people, dog. And everybody almost make it to the playoff. So you go in there with a crap ball record. But anyway, we have fun with it, man. That's why I'm at with it. Oh, old girl still sawing. She still can't figure it out, Street. She still can't figure it out, dog. Talk to us, man. What's on your mind?
No, one thing I brought you by, man, Caneville Villain membership. We just opened the membership back up. Connected it to the Discord. All type of Kane stuff in there. From interviews you never seen before. Dropped the Black Santa in there today. University of Miami had a kid flip from Maryland today. That's in there. We dropped that early though. We put that out there early. He flipped the night. The Caneville Villain membership. I'll put the link in the description. It's 2 different levels, man. You could be an arc villain or a rogue villain. Arc villain just gets more access to exclusive content, gets information that maybe the rogue villains wouldn't get. So check us out, man. The coolest place, man, where you can talk about Kane football, bro, man. Come to Caneville, man. Be a villain. I'm gonna put that right here. I'm gonna put be a villain in the comment section. Be a villain.
Real quick, clap it up for Susie Pink. Then jumped into the $50. Let's go, Susie Pink. Let's go, Susie Pink. Come on. She took my money last year. Susie Pink knocked me out the box, man. She whooped my behind. Appreciate you, Susie Pink. Check your email. It'll be coming within the hour, Susie. Susie Pink in the building. Yes, sir.
There you go in the comment section, though, man. Caneville membership, bro. Same thing we was doing on YouTube. We just compacted, put it behind a Discord. Come check it out, man. There's interviews in there you never seen before. We got some interviews with some recruits, some commits. Cam Kitchen's interview in there that nobody's never seen before. Practice footage in there. Come be a villain, dog. My own see how.
Uh-oh.
I don't see how. This is Travis Kelce, right?
Okay.
I don't see how we thought Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift was actually together. If you take a look at Travis Kelce Instagram, right? There's no Taylor Swift anywhere. If you go to Taylor Swift's on, right? No Travis Kelce nowhere on her Instagram, right? If you just go to Google and be like, Travis Kelce girlfriend, the black girl still come up. There's nothing that connects them. There's nothing that connects them but the football season, dog.
Okay.
I just think that was the biggest soap opera for football. There was nothing real about them being together. That's my take. I may be dead wrong, but I'm playing Inch Eye Private Eye. This don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how we let them dupe us like that, dog.
Yeah, I guess, dog. Yeah,
Them jokers created a love story in the middle of a Super Bowl, and the dude who owned it with the love story team won a Super Bowl.
Damn.
maybe this shit is scripted, hey.
Maybe it is, dog. I like I say, at the end of the day, I know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it, Street. Like, cause
they got it, dog.
Bro, it may have been a ploy in order to get new faces. New faces to the NFL. You know, the younger females, because this what they call them, Swifties.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's Taylor Swift. If I type in Travis Kelce girlfriend, Tanisha shouldn't be, Kayla shouldn't be popping up before Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying? They could have just done a little something together, and she would be popping up first.
My dog say Tanisha.
They went to the other girlfriend, Kayla. So let's get out of here, dog.
Yeah, boy, I got a real sound waiting for me, boy. And I'm finna go out there and do that funky Y2C tonight, boy. That funky Y2C.
Man, I'm finna fire some motherfucking college football, man.
But you don't want to get splattered right quick now.
We 3-1, man. Y'all ain't in the same. We about to put y'all in the SWAC or something, man. Y'all boys suck.
Street, hold up, then. Hold up, Street. I'm gonna whip you. Soon as we get off here, I'm gonna whip you offline, and we're gonna post it in the community tab.
We 3-1, man. We 3-1, dog. Why we gotta be offline?
Don't tease me with a good time, dog. Don't do it.
We 3-1, dog. Y'all about to put y'all in the SWAC or something, man. Y'all boys ain't worthy.
Bro, don't tease me. Don't tease me with a good time now, Street. Don't tease me now. Susie Pink, I just sent it to you. You good to go. Susie Pink trying to get all the money. I ain't mad at you, Susie Pink. I ain't mad at you at all. Susie Pink whooped my behind last year, dog, in the fantasy, man. I went head to head and lost. Hey.
Wait, in the playoffs?
And that's a lady. Huh?
In the playoffs?
Yeah, Cloud. Cloud said, yo, coach, I went to college with. Oh, hey, okay. And we're roommates. You were an absolute legend in the friend group, sending love from Fort Myers. Man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Cloud. I'm trying to tell you, Kohei don't play, man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Hagen, man. He's doing big things, too. He and his brother. All right, man. So what you... Hold on. It's playing already in the background? Street.
I told you, boy. I'm about to fire it up, boy. Told you, boy.
Can we end this and start? Can we end this and start a new one?
I go get it in, boy.
Can we end this and start a new one?
Let's go. How that worked out last time? We still have people watching?
Yeah. Hagen would do impressions of your college speeches as a hype up for our gym session. Shout out to him, dog. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's funny, man. I would love to hear those, man. If he could record them and send them to me, that'd be great. All right. Street, last time I think I whipped you 78 to
No, that wasn't last time. That was the time before that, though.
And I had a talk with Ray Ray. I had a talk with Ray Ray.
Last second, you got bombed last second. Last time. What's up about last time?
I sent a word to Ray Ray. I sent a word to Ray Ray and let him know don't be doing that to old coach no more. I sent a word. And then you got nerve to show the man. You got nerve to show the man at the media day. Man, come on, dog. Man, let's get off here, man. You want to start a new one?
Let's go.
Man, with all that being said, we out here. Hey, they say PlayStation had lost all power to their mainframe, but Footballville mama so strong she was cranking the generator to keep that thing running. We out of here. Peace. I'm dead serious. We gonna play. We out of here. Peace.